What's up, guys? It's your bro Rich here, and today the moment has finally arrived. Today it is now officially part 6 on the Gen part 6 on excuse me, part 2 on the not part 2 part 6. Sorry. Just getting confused. Sorry. Today is now officially part 6 on the Gen 2 Camaro. And today I've only got a couple pieces left to do for the 2 final model years. And they're from the early 80s, from 1980 to 1981. So today I'm going to be finishing both of these off. And then after that will be the turn of the 3rd Gen Camaro. So that's going to be pretty cool. Alright. So, before I get started, before I finish, before I get started, make sure you all like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think, hit the notification bell, and hit all, so you literally know when I make brand new upload, and hit all, so you literally know when I make brand new uploads. Alright, so without any further ado, let's finish this. So starting off with the first one, well, second to last one actually, is the 1980 version. So let's do it. So for excuse me, for 1980, the aged 4.1 liter, so 4.1 liter 250 inline 6 was replaced with a 3.8 liter, so 3.8 liter 229, or 3.8, so 3.8 liter 229 or 230 V6. So V6. Well, it says 229. And we got another 3.8 liter 231. But this time in California. First for Camaro, the 4.4 liter, the 4.4 liter 267 V8. So V8 with 120 horsepower. So the 4.4 liter 267 V8 with 120 horsepower became an option on the base RS and Berlinetta models. The 5.7 liter 350 V8 was only available was only available on the Z28. The Z28 hood included a rear pointing raised scoop with a solenoid operated flap. Solenoid operated flap, which opened at full throttle. So like when you hit the gas, it just opens at full. At full throttle, it just opens up. It just opens up at full throttle. allowing the engine to breathe, allowing the engine to breathe cooler air, so much colder air. A federally mandated 85 mile an hour 85 85 mile an hour speedometer also deviated, went down from 130 miles an hour. So 45 miles an hour slower than 130. If I was you, I'd just stick with 130. It's a better option. Higher top speed to get your car faster. Z28s had new new optional new optional new optional gray 5-spoke wheels, or rims, whatever you want to call it. A unique upper and lower front grille, a smaller revised graphics on its doors. The side scoops. So side scoops were also changed. From a louvered design to a flatter one, with a single opening. Last one to wrap it all up is the 1981 version, the year the DeLorean DMC-12 came out, which is essentially the Back to the Future car. Alright, last up, 1981. So let's finish this. So, the 81 model year, the 81 model was nearly unchanged from 1980. So essentially it's almost the same. And would be the last model year. So the last model year for the Gen 2 Camaro. The RS option was dropped, but would reappear in 1989 due to emissions restrictions and all that kind of crap. So due to emissions restrictions, US Z28s US Z28s. So American Z28s came with two different engines. The majority received the 5.7 liter 350 V8, available only with an automatic gearbox. Great. Except California, where it was entirely banned. I don't know why, but for some reason they have it in all 49 states apart from California. Kind of odd. Anyways, it was equipped with a CCC or a triple C, computer command control, a Gen 1 or first gen EM or ECM, engine control module. Engine control module, which had an oxygen I can't even talk. Oxygen sensor. Oxygen sensor. There we go. What else did it have? So it had an oxygen sensor. So oxygen sensor. An electronically controlled carburetor. Not bad. Throttle position sensor. It had so many sensors. It had like throttle position, throttle throttle position, coolant, uh, barometric pressure, map or manifold absolute pressure sensor, and a check engine light, um, on the dash. It could also be used as a self diagnostic tool. The gearbox, so the transmission gained a lock up torque converter. So a lock of torque converter. So a lock of torque converter, also controlled by the Triple C or CCC computer command control. So computer command control. However, as the primary goal, as the primary goal of as the primary goal of as the primary goal of computer control, as the primary goal of computer control was emissions reduction, any performance gains in one area, um were lost in another, and horsepower and horsepower and horsepower and horsepower unfortunately dropped to 170, and horsepower unfortunately dropped to 175 horsepower, set to 175 horsepower. California buyers said California buyers can't even talk properly. California buyers and those elsewhere desiring a four-speed manual had to settle for the had to settle for the 5 liter 305 V8. So 5 liter 305 V8 making 165 horsepower. The 5 point the 5.7 liter the 5.7 liter 350 V8 350 V8 4-speed manual combo or combination was available in Canada without the new Triple C or CCC, without the new computer command control, with the same specifications as 1980. So as from last year, so from the previous year actually. Last part, and now marks the end of the Gen 2 Camaro. Influenced partly by uh, these increasing or rising gas prices. Production dropped to 126,000 126,000 uh 126,139 units, 126,139 units. Wow. All right. And that marks the end of the Gen 2 Camaro. Pretty cool. Phew, finally done. All right. So that'll be it. For my next Camaro video will be about the Gen 3 Camaro. So the third gen, Gen 3 Camaro. So that's gonna be pretty cool. All right. So that'll be it for now. If you guys like this video, like it, like and subscribe. Comment down, comment down below what you guys think. Hit the notification bell, and hit all, and hit all. Say later of when I make. Say later of when I make brand new uploads. All right, so that'll be it for now. I'll see you guys later in the next video. But until then, stay safe. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys later in the next video. Say, take care, folks. Say, take care, folks. Say, take care, folks. Take care, folks. Take care, folks. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.